Hi, Sagittarius, and welcome to your short and sweet messages and predictions for July. Remember that this energy can already be around you. It could be coming in the month of July or even shortly after because time is fluid. Also, Sagittarius, know that you can watch this for your Sag Sun, Moon, or Rising. Even if you have a Sagittarius or Venus in Sagittarius, you could look at it from a relationship perspective, okay? Anything from platonic to romantic. Let's get right into your reading. What energy is coming in and around you? Divine flow. Someone else had this card. I love it. I'm going to get out tarot as well. Justice. All right. With the Justice card here, okay, it literally can mean in the courts, courts of law, okay? So it could be something to do with courts, to do with decisions, to do with an upcoming court case, stuff like that, okay? And you need to be in the flow. You need to be ready, I want to say, whatever this situation coming in is. And it's twofold. So let me explain both because it's the same. I feel like what they're saying is the same outcome. So it literally could be something to do with courts or, someone in authority who's making a decision, right? You want it to be a fair, balanced decision. For other people, it is a situation that you want it to be fair and balanced. Again, the same, but also you may need to be prepared for the consequence of either your actions or of someone else's actions. So whatever this situation is, you need to think of it in that way too, being fair, being balanced. What are the consequences? What the outcome could be? Okay. And then in that, it's how do you go with the flow? Okay. Are you gonna, because it says here, eventually one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. So it's being super hyper aware here, Sagittarius, that actions have consequences and that when that consequence happens, okay, you can't dig your heels in. I'm digging heels in these readings, guys. I've been saying it if you're watching for different signs. You have to be able to go with the flow. You have to understand here that whatever this situation is or event, and it can be in any area of your life, actions have consequences. Now, again, for the others where this could actually have something to do with the justice system, again, being able to take what that consequence, I'm going to say, is, or what that ruling is, and being able to embrace it, to go with the flow. Okay. That's the main energy. And it's going to be different. Like, I feel this is really going to be different for different people. I mean, I always say that because it's not an individual reading, right? You're all Sagittariuses who are watching this. And this might be a message that resonates. The other two may not, or you may find they all tie together. But I feel like this is like the lotus flower, and whatever this is, something's coming up from out of the mud. So whether that's, the consequence, and you're now going to have to rise up out of the mud and deal with that consequence and go with the flow. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. If it resonates, it resonates. Okay. Now, what else do you need to be aware of? We'll leave that right there to help navigate this energy. And it has the magic circle. Magic starts with me. Everything starts with me, you, right? In this situation, I want to say I feel like it does tie back in. It's you who makes the decision of whether or not you're going to go with the flow, whether or not you can be understanding and accepting of the ruling or of the consequence. Because what I feel like here, this is about, you know, you becoming the lotus, you rising up to the top. It's a beautiful flower. But that's a choice that needs to be made with you, Sagittarius. You can choose to stay down in the mud or, you know, dig your heels in, or you can choose to go with the flow. But it all starts with you, right? So let's get a tarot to go with that as well. And I also just feel I need to say it is all about you. It's not going to be about the other people. We always want to bring the other people in because it takes the, yeah, here we go, Three of Swords. It takes the, you know, we like to place blame because we don't want to be the responsible one for whatever this is, right? We want to say, oh, well, it happened because of them or this or whatever. And maybe it did, but usually we have, Sagittarius, played a small part in it as well, and we need to own that. Okay? But I feel like this is a choice. You can either, do you know what this, look at this card. Inside of this heart locket, it looks like little braids with ribbons. You know how you put when you're, like, isn't it when you get your first haircut, you take that little piece of hair, usually tie it in a ribbon and put it in a book or in a little keepsake box or whatever. What I feel like this is saying, because the Three of Swords is pain, okay? It's pain. It's, you know, it's almost like someone's done you wrong and caused you pain somewhere in your life. It can be, and that may resonate for some of you, but what I want to say here, you have to let go of that past, okay? It was the first haircut, that's cute, but you need to, you need to let it go, okay? Think of it that way. This starts with you. How you react to this is all about you. You can either live in the past and not accept the judgment or the consequence to it, or you can let that go and you can start to move forward. Okay, so I don't know what the situation will be that's gonna, you may be in it now, like I said, or it may be coming up for you that's gonna bring all this up, or maybe you're waiting on a hearing or something. I don't know, Sagittarius, but let's look at advice or guidance. Slay them all. Love it. Some of these cards have come out in other piles too, so I wonder if for you, if you've seen some of these cards in different piles for your sun, moon, or rising. But slay it all is, look, this girl here, we could say, has a disability, right? Because she has a prosthetic leg. I can never say that quite right. Is that stopping her? No. Okay. She's not the victim here. Okay. Oh, I see how that could tie back. You're not the victim here. Letting go of that victim mentality, maybe. You can slay this, right? You can choose to make the decision that helps you to move forward and through this in flow. Let's get a tarot with that. Oh, Eight of Cups. Yes, yes, yes. You're walking away from what is not serving you in these areas, okay? So having a victim mentality, trying to blame the other person, not being happy with the consequence or the judgment that's come out here, okay? The ruling. You need to walk away from that because you will not be able to move on. It's like keeping hair in a locket in there forever. You won't be able to move on if you don't. So those are your main messages, okay, Sagittarius? And like I said, this could resonate, this, or you might find that they all do and tie them together, okay? Different people, different strokes, different folks, different situations. Let's get some more tarot here. Sorry, not tarot, oracle card. I am grounded and creative. This one keeps coming out as well, and I shuffle these little cards like crazy. Look, I always say you need to keep grounded is keeping your head about you. Okay, I just want to say that. That's not getting caught up in the drama, all caught up in your head, in your own mental prison. That is you staying grounded, all right? You know, like we say it sometimes about people who get money and you're like, oh, well, you know, they're no longer dealing with reality. They need to, you know, remember who they are. Remember who you are, okay? And for some of you, this may be a message of you may need to get creative about how you're going to slay this, how you're going to move through it, how you're going to walk away from it. You do what suits and is best for you in the most creative way that you can, okay? Because this is all about going with the flow. Wheel or wheel going forward, right? Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly, like a rolling stone, not knowing where it's going. That's what's going to happen if you don't stay grounded, if you don't think of a creative way and make a strong, firm, sound decision yourself on how you're going to deal with this. You'll move forward. Oh, I love it. You'll move forward, but you'll just be rolling and who knows what direction you're going to go in. You need to direct that forward movement. Okay, let me get one more here. I split this in two because the piles are so big. It would be so big if it was in one. And I always feel like, well, what if there's another card in the other pile that needs to come out? So I usually, there we go. Dark woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So, and that's actually a female sitting behind there. So maybe that with dark hair too. So maybe that is something to do with the legal system, or whoever it is that's caused this pain for you, right? That you need to move on from. Because there was dual messages here. So you could somewhere along the line be dealing with a dark-haired woman. Now, this is the end of your message, Sagittarius. I hope that you enjoyed it. By all means, take time, go back and look at some of my other readings. They are timeless as well, even if it's new or full moon. There's pick-a-cards in there. If you're looking for advice or guidance on something in your life, then go back and take a look. You'll be called to where you need to go. It could be the thumbnail, it could be the title. All right. And if not, I will see you in your next reading.